This video is about how men get caught up in false rape allegations and, how women will turn against you at the drop of a hat. Now, I've been through all this, For the woman, her love is conditional. Like, the minute you stop providing, it'll be the polar opposite. One day she loves you so much, the other day she hates you, absolutely hates you. Everything you do is wrong. But that's one thing, that's money related and, providing, whatever you're providing. If it's security, it's money, it's my handsome, sexy body, good looks, whatever it is. But the false rape thing, women will literally, like, I got a woman, I'm not going to name her, she doesn't really deserve to be named, but I employ her, housemaid, I guess I kind of gave it away, but from day one, she's been doing extra for me without getting paid for it. She's been making comments about, oh, his hair is so beautiful, can I comb your hair, can I give you a foot massage, and I accept it, it's whatever. But what happened was, so since I'm with my ex-wife, she sees all that, and then women, and then there was a huge conflagration, and I've always had red lines, like, these women shouldn't talk to those women, because if they don't get along, guess what, the guy will get blamed, right? And what happened was she called her a whore, which she isn't. That triggered her, and she was like, why is she telling me all this and that? And I'm like, well, to an extent, she's right. I mean, not that she's getting paid for this, but and then I was like, I'm gonna go talk to her, and of course, then I spoke to my ex. I'm like, don't call her that. You can call me all the names you want. Please don't call her that. And she was like, oh, your girlfriend, this and that, blah, blah, blah. And then the so-called girlfriend, shows up and starts defending herself. And actually, the reason she was she was pissed off that her boyfriend was getting attacked, but she couldn't say it directly. Women will never be direct. With women, it's always the opposite of what they say, This is why I keep saying the stupid thing about consent and this and that. I mean, you see a woman in front of you, she likes you, you like her, you just grab her, and you're not going to ask yes or no. I mean, that's a feeling thing, if you ask yes or no, like a computer, that's going to kill the emotion, So it's stupid. It's all emotion-based, and with women, there's no logic, right? So, now the second woman that has come to work for me today hates me with a passion. So she says. She doesn't hate me. The more she hates you, the more she likes you, and the more she thinks about you, the more she loves you, the more she lusts you. Because what happened was, I'm giving her an easy job in terms of, cleaning, cooking, and all this, and it's an easy job, and she wants me. But now she knows she can't get me, at least while I'm with the ex, because of the situation. So she's like, and I kept telling her, it's not my fault, and I told you not to talk to her. I told you that. But she ranted. Women never listen to anybody, And then they blame the man. I mean, the man sets down the rules, and she doesn't listen. Well, then you can't blame the man, right? And it was interesting, the comment she makes, oh, you just, you talk so well, this and that. Everybody keeps saying that, and she was angry, and, she was basically angry that I spoke to her, and she was hooked from the word go. I mean, from the minute go, this woman was hooked, man. She's so into me. I could grab her right now, and I could do exactly what I wanted, Hannibal Lecter style. Nothing would happen. And I kept asking her, okay, since I'm so bad, and, now she's saying the ex is right, blah, blah, blah. I'm like, what did I do? Oh, the ex is right. Okay, what did I do? No, the ex is right. What did I do? I did nothing. I mean, she's the one making all these advances. She's the one making all the moves. I'm not gonna stop being me and sexy and unavailable, and she knows she can't get me, she can't, and I'm not gonna marry, and she's been telling me to get married, settle down, blah, blah, blah. All these things she's been telling me ever since she was hired. Uh, and then today she tells me, you talk so much and you don't know how to get work done. So I took a video, and the house is big span and fucking sparkling clean. I mean, my dad once showed up to this place last month, and he was literally amazed at, how clean it was. I mean, and the reason it is because she's doing extra for me, because she wants to do extra for me, even right now with all her tirades and anger. And you know what? I've withheld her pay because she's been out of line. You gotta punish them, and that's the only way you can punish them. Now, she thought she could yell at me, and, because with the ex yelling, I mean, her reason for yelling was that, this should stop. So she thought she's gonna yell at me and she's gonna do this, do that, blah, blah, blah. And, he's gonna cower down. No, women's yell. Women will never yell at each other. Like my ex, will never yell at my mom, but she yelled at my dad and he just says nothing. Yeah, he just says nothing. It's mysterious. Like she goes to his house and she says it. And then she complains about, for 13 years, Raul is gay, Raul is this, Raul is that, Raul, everything in the world. If the sun doesn't come out, it's Raul's fault, And so I could go on and on about this, but what happens then is women will get together, or if you're at a certain level, somebody will put pressure on that woman that, hey, just file a false rape case. Even if nothing happened, they'll just file it, because women can't withstand the slightest bit of pressure, right? I mean, any argument, whatever it is, they can't withstand it. And so they'll file that case, and now, ultimately, there's no proof, nothing happened, everyone knows it's bullshit, but in the meantime, they'll slander your name, they'll go online, they'll drag it through the courts, and, as how cocked society is, it's always the man's fault, right? I mean, even if the woman did everything herself. So I'm putting this video out for men because it's getting worse and worse, right? Even submissive women that like you, will turn against you in the blink of an eye. In the blink of an eye. Give her enough incentive, she'll turn against you. Give her enough money, or whatever it is. Give her enough status, whatever it is, she'll turn against you. There's no loyalty. Dogs are more loyal than women. It's that simple. That's how all these false rape cases happen. I mean, guys hire women, top guys. And if you're a top guy, you're likely in good shape. You're likely sexy, handsome. You talk very well, charismatic, blah, blah, blah. And then, things happen. And even if something happens, it's totally consensual. But then she'll say, he did this, he did that. And, nobody will listen, and et cetera, et cetera. This is why people call people like Nick Fuentes and Andrew Tate and these guys that talk about this, they're bigger than, obviously much bigger. Our YouTube channel was getting so big, man, then they banned it for this very reason. Tate somehow got big. Fuentes, I don't really know a lot about him, but Fuentes is a self-proclaimed so-called incel, but he knows more about women than most people do, And this is why, these days, the bottom line is this. You don't even have to employ or be in bed with a woman. If you just talk to her, and you guys talk. Years later, if there's any benefit, she can file a false case against you. That's how bad it's gotten. And so you guys need to be aware of this, because before hiring women and all this, and I kind of predict that in this situation, this might happen, but you know what? I want it to happen. I don't care. I mean, ultimately, I always win, and it'll resolve a lot of the other shit with the ex, because then they're going to have to go to court. They're going to have to actually prove it. And I mean, I may get attacked. I may get a lot of problems. I may be, whatever. But yeah, I mean, if it happens, I'm more than happy. I'm going to end with this last thing. Tate talks about this all the time. He's like, part of the masculine experience is like you go to jail. I mean, that's just what it is. I mean, if you haven't been, like, GTA 6, if you look at the most popular video game out there, it's modeled exactly on what men want: cars, money, sexy bodies, and women chasing you. And there's different levels to that game. Now, I don't know why people play GTA 6. I mean, I don't play video games. I've never played one beyond Sinclair ZX Spectrum when I was little. Playing video games as a man, if you're an adult or even above 15 or 14, you're a fucking loser. Just do something with your own life. But so in this game, one of the uppermost levels includes going to jail and probably busting out. That's to reach the uppermost echelons of masculinity, where, a lot of people, troll me. Oh, you have so many girls, you talk to all these girls. People give me all this hate and negative, but they want it themselves, or they wouldn't hate. I mean, if it's something routine, then, they wouldn't hate. It's that simple. People hate that which they cannot obtain, or they can, but they're too lazy to obtain it. I mean, I wasn't always like this. It took me a lot of work to get to where I am. I used to be fat. I used to be out of shape. And at that time, when I was fat and out of shape, nobody would really attack me. I mean, yeah, my mom and dad would sometimes make nasty comments, whatever, but sometimes, not always. But other than that, everybody was happy. Oh, he's fat. And, I was never a cuck. But they were all very happy. The minute you break out of that mold, it's like in a sea of crabs, right? Not a sea of crabs, a bucket of crabs. The minute one of those crabs climbs out, the rest will drag it down. And it's that simple. So, as a guy, to end this, you must be very careful of these false rape allegations, or you must prepare. Now, I'm prepared. I mean, they can't take my money it'll take them 20 years to do it, because it's all set up in different jurisdictions and all that. Because I've been preparing for this for years, which is probably why nobody's ever filed a case against me until, I cannot predict it may happen soon, sometime. I mean, what can I say, man? In 2008, my marriage, that was a case unto itself. Research Rahul Mukherjee on Google, you'll still see the case. It's all there in the Delhi High Court, and I've spoken about that. We were ripped off by the cops, and the only reason I got ripped off really is because it was a marriage not sanctioned by her parents. Mine didn't want it either, but I didn't give two shits. But there was this thing of she may get she may get killed. Honor killings and all that in that part of the country. And long story short, they looted some money from me, which I gave them because I didn't want her to have problems. And of course, 14, 15 years later, I'm the bad guy there as well. So this is what I keep saying to guys: don't get married. Marriage is a death knell. If you get married, the minute she signs that certificate is the minute problems will start. She'll want you to, this lady was offering to tie my hair in a ponytail the other day, just yesterday, which really triggered the ex. But anyway, the minute you get married, man, is the minute she's going to try and cuck you, because she wants control, and then she's going to go find other men. Or she may not find other men, but she's not going to find you sexually attractive anymore. It's like you become a human ATM the minute you sign on that dotted contract. Now, I never wanted to get married. I mean, it was just like, I was like, let's live together first. And she was like, no, we either marry you. It was my first marriage. I didn't know. I was like, yeah, let's try it. Oh, little did I know it would lead to this. It would lead to years later that she would go off of birth control and she would have that kid without, she was complaining that I didn't have sex with her because I was gay or whatever, so-called, yeah, but I was still flirting with the housemaid or whatever. And then, long story short, I was like, yeah, let's just do it once and get it over with. And so she's happy, for that night at least. Women are never, and then later I found out she got off birth control. She knew I was anti-abortion, so she knew, that was basically her. Because the minute they get married, they want security, and that baby provides security. Because they can go to court and they can demand anything, child maintenance, alimony, whatever, based upon that baby. It's not that they care about the baby. The baby is simply a tool for a woman's own personal security. They don't give two shits about the baby, man. Women are psychotic. They don't give two shits about anything but themselves. They don't give two shits. They're cold-blooded psychopaths, and they will attack you. I mean, and most female attacks are easy, but they know beyond a certain, like a woman can stand and insult a man, but she's not going to do that to another woman because the other woman will slap her, and she knows that. A man will never insult another man that way, and because it'll escalate to physical violence. And I'll end this video by saying, women deep down inside respect men, based upon the respect, not based upon how many girls you have, etc., but based upon the respect they see this guy gets from other men, real men. Think about that. Be safe, man. Any girl you're with could file a false case against you. And the systems in most countries are so fucking biased that they will literally turn on you. There's no presumption of innocence if you're a guy. It's like, everybody. And the media comes into it if you're at a certain level. Like, look at what they did to Trump. He never raped anyone. He never, and even if they did something, it was consensual. It's pretty obvious. But they slandered him for years. They dragged it through the courts. And you got to be aware of that. And so I thought I'd share my personal situation. And, yep, that's that. See y'all later.